Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in amma ba'du. First of all, before we going into our presentation, let me introduce myself first. My name is Rasikh and I'm from MBS 21B, and today I'm going to present to you about our financial condition in Indonesia after pandemic era. So let's check this out. Before we go into our presentation, let's take a look at our study case first. The study case is the fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing war in Ukraine has led to a significant economic slump in 2022. Prices for some common commodities are reaching record levels, economic growth is slowing, and inflation is rising. As a result, much of the world will be in recession in 2023, according to the economists, not since the 2007 till 2009 financial crisis, the largest slump after the Great Depression of 1929. Has there been a global economic event on this scale? Now let's look at the background of this case. This case study examines the significant economic effect of the two crises of 2022, the COVID-19 pandemic and the Ukrainian conflict, triggering a global economic downturn reminiscent of the 2007 till 2009 financial crisis. Along with trade route disruption and geopolitical tension, widespread lockdown caused disruption to supply chain and business operation. This led the global economy to face difficulties as economic growth slowed, increased inflation, and commodity price hit the highest point. As a part of global economy, Indonesia faced risks such as declining export, rising commodity prices in the tourism industry affected due to reduced international travel, and rising inflation may have an effect on consumer spending. The effectiveness of central bank decision and government intervention is crucial in resolving this issue. So now we go into the data collection. So I collected 3 data for this case. The first one is about the GDP. Economic growth in Indonesia is projected to moderate to 4.9% in 2023 from 5.3% last year, with the normalization of domestic demand following the post-pandemic jump last year and the projected global economic slowdown. The second data is about the inflation rate. Indonesia inflation rate for 2019 was 3.03%, and for the 2020 was 1.92% or 1.11% decline from 2019. Indonesia inflation rate for 2021 was 1.56% or 0.36% decline from 2020. Indonesia inflation rate for 2022 was 4.21% or 2.65% increase from 2021. The last data that I collect is the tourism aspect. Indonesian foreign visitor in 2019 is 16.11 million. Indonesian foreign visitor in 2020 is 4.05 million. Indonesian foreign visitor in 2021 is 1.56 million. And Indonesian foreign visitor in 2022 is 5.47 million. Now we go into the data analysis. For the data analysis, I will explain it one by one. For the economic growth in 2023 projection, there was 4.9%. The projection suggests a moderation in economic growth due to the normalization of domestic demand after the post-pandemic surge in 2022. This normalization indicates a return to more stable economic condition following the initial recovery phase. In 2022, economic growth of Indonesia was 5.3%. The higher growth in 2022 can be attributed to the post-pandemic jump, where economic activities resumed as COVID-19 restrictions were eased, leading to increased consumer spending and business investment. And the impact of COVID-19. The initial economic slowdown due to pandemic-related restrictions in 2022 was followed by a sharp rebound in 2021 and 2022 as restrictions were lifted, reflecting the economic resilience and adaptability. The second is inflation rate. Indonesia inflation rate in 2022 was 4.21%. The increase in inflation from 2021 can be attributed to a variety of factors such as rising global commodity prices, increased demand post-pandemic, and potential supply chain disruption. Meanwhile, in 2021, there was only 1.56%. The lower inflation rate in 2021 suggests relatively stable prices, potentially influenced by subdued consumer demand during the pandemic and the effective government policies. The impact of COVID-19 during the pandemic reduced consumer demand and economic slowdown led to the lower inflation in 2020 and 2021. However, as economies recovered, inflation increased in 2022 due to heightened demand and other global factors. The last is the foreign visitor arrival. 2019, there was 16.11 million. The higher number of visitors in 2019 represent the pre-pandemic period when international travel was unrestricted. For the 2020, there was 4.05 million. The significant drop in 2020 reflects the immediate impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, causing a substantial decrease in international travel worldwide. In 2021, there's only 1.56 million. The sharp decline in 2021 was a direct result of the ongoing pandemic, which led to travel restriction, lockdown, and reduced international tourism. In 2022, there are already 5.47 million. The increase in foreign visitors in 2022 could be due to the gradual reopening of international travel as COVID-19 situation improved in some regions, leading to a partial recovery in the tourism sector. The impact of COVID-19 in this sector is the pandemic severely impact global travel and tourism, leading to reduced foreign visitor and tourism. Leading to reduced foreign visitor in 2020 and 2021. As a condition improved and restriction were lifted, there was gradual recovery in 2022. So after all this issue, let's look at from the Islamic economic side. What can Islamic economic and finance contribute to this issue? Islamic finance promote financial inclusion by offering profit and loss sharing asset-based financing, enabling more people, especially in underserved communities, to participate in economic activities and entrepreneurship. Islamic finance can contribute to a profit and loss sharing mechanism, reducing the risk of financial crisis and creating an environment conducive to sustainable growth. Islamic finance can also support small medium enterprises by providing tailored financing. Finally, the concept of zakat ensures a safety net for vulnerable population, promoting social welfare and contributing to a more equitable society. Now finally, we reach into the conclusion side. Based on the data analysis presented in the case study, it emphasizes the complex economic challenge faced by Indonesia, influenced by many factors such as post-pandemic adjustment, global uncertainty, and geopolitical tension. During this time, Islamic economic emerged as a potential project offering ethical investment, financial inclusion, and social welfare initiative. This can be achieved through government policies such as targeted fiscal stimulus, adaptive monetary policies, economic diversification, and promotion of sustainable investment. By integrating Islamic finance principles, enhancing financial literacy, and facilitating international collaboration, Indonesia can not only navigate in the current economic uncertainties, but also pave the way for a more stable, inclusive, and sustainable economic future. So that's all the information that I can give for you. Thank you for your attention. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Why do I, baby?